In The Night of the Hunter, director Charles Laughton and cinematographer Stanley Cortez worked collectively to convey the concept of familiar image with the audience. According to Looking at Movies, a familiar image in film is any image that a director periodically repeats in a movie to help stabilize its narrative. Laughton and Cortez used familiar image to show John's childlike innocence and uncertainty. In the beginning scene of the film, where John's and Pearl's father is arrested, the audience first sees the camera angle from the back of the police car with the Harper's house in the background. The audience also sees the same shot duration between the shot of his father getting arrested and the shot of John's face full of fear. The shot duration becomes shorter than previous shots, showing the anxiety in the situation. The audience sees this scene repeated at the end of the film when Powell is getting arrested. The scene starts with the same camera angle from the back of the police car and the same shot duration between Powell's arrest and John's face. The puzzling thing to the audience about the familiar image between these two scenes is why John reacted the same way to Powell's arrest as his father's. Laughton and Cortez used familiar image to display how John's memory and emotions of his father's arrest was brought back up when seeing Powell's. This repetition displays John's anger at his father's actions and the childish innocence of the greed and evil that surrounds money. Stanley Cortez first designed sets before he became involved with filmmaking. Rodney Farnsworth, a contributor to Film Reference, wrote that this allowed Cortez to have a strong feeling for space and an ability to move his camera through that space in such a way as to embody it in film's two-dimensional format. Cortez has also worked with the director of Citizen Kane's Orson Welles. The Night of the Hunter has similarity with Citizen Kane for its menacing camera angles and lighting. Both cinematographers gave similar angles and shadows to their villains to show their power over the people around them. According to the International Encyclopedia of Cinematographers, Cortez often said that light was an incredible thing that can't be described. He further mentioned that only two directors he's ever worked with understood it, Orson Welles and Charles Laughton. Laughton and Cortez used lighting and shadow in The Night of the Hunter to emphasize the moods of the scene and to show the theme of good versus evil. The most prominent lighting scenes are the ones that display Powell's threat. In these scenes, the audience sees Powell as a silhouette. His silhouette is a prominent figure in the frame when the children have fled, and Powell is a silhouette on the horizon of a hill. We also see his silhouette on the children's journey on the river. The audience repeatedly sees Powell's silhouette on top of a horse. The biggest threat of Powell has his most defining silhouette as he is taunting Rachel Cooper outside her house. Not only is Powell in half silhouette in this frame, but Rachel is in silhouette as well to show her seriousness and protection of the children. Cortez and Laughton chose lighting Powell as a silhouette to display him as in a childlike story. The silhouette is dark, and a child that would see this silhouette as the villain, someone who is uncertain to them.